Hey everyone, ready to unlock some serious confidence?
Always up for that.
We're diving into a video script today, all about building that self-belief.
Awesome.
And not from a cocky place,
Right.
but more about owning your strengths, right?
Yeah.
Using what you've got to navigate, work, life, all that.
Makes sense. Confidence is key.
Exactly. And this script, it's cool because it treats confidence like it's a skill.
Oh, interesting.
You can build it like
Yeah.
learning guitar or something.
I like that. So it's not just something you're born with then.
Right. It takes work, practice, being willing to grow. What I found interesting is how much this script emphasizes the ripple effect,
Ripple effect. How so?
like how self-confidence impacts every single part of your life.
Oh, absolutely. Work, relationships, even how you deal with, like the tough stuff.
Exactly. When you believe in yourself, you're more likely to take risks, bounce back from setbacks, and actually, achieve those goals you set.
It's true. There was this study, Harvard, I think, back in 2019. They found a direct link between high self-confidence and, get this, better job performance, stronger relationships, even just feeling more fulfilled overall. So it's not just some vague idea.
Oh, it's huge. Okay, but what if you're someone who, wasn't exactly born with confidence radiating out of you?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, that's where the good stuff in the script comes in. It's all about building that confidence step by step. And one of the first things it talks about is this idea of transforming your inner dialogue. Ever notice how that voice in your head can sometimes sound a bit.
Oh my gosh, like a broken record of self-doubt. Yes.
Exactly. And the script really highlights how crucial it is to catch yourself doing that and flip the script.
Yeah.
Swap that self-criticism for something more positive. Because think about it, our thoughts, they totally influence how we feel and what we do.
That 100%.
So if we're stuck in that negative chatter all the time, it's going to be way harder to feel confident.
It's true. It's like having a friend who puts you down constantly.
Right. You wouldn't put up with that, so why do we do it to ourselves? The script actually has this great point. It says to, imagine saying those critical thoughts to a friend.
Oh, ouch. No way.
Right. It just highlights how harsh we can be on ourselves.
Yeah, it's eye-opening. So how do we actually change that inner dialogue? Where do we start?
It's all about awareness.
Right.
Catching yourself in the act of being self-critical and then actively choosing to reframe those thoughts.
Okay, give me an example.
So let's say you're thinking, ugh, I can't do this. Instead, try shifting it to, you know what, I'm still learning, or I'm going to figure this out.
It's about being kinder to yourself, basically.
Exactly, like you would be to a friend. That
Huh.
shift from doubt to self-compassion, that's where the magic happens.
Okay, I love this next strategy because it's something I'm trying to get better at, celebrating those small victories, the little wins we tend to just brush over. Why is that so important for building confidence?
Well, think about it this way. Every time you pause and acknowledge a small win, you're basically training your brain to, expect more wins.
Interesting.
It's positive reinforcement, right?
Yeah.
Which we know is a powerful motivator.
So it's not just about feeling good in the moment, it's actually rewiring things for the long run.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And there's science to back this up. There was a study in 2018, the Journal of Motivational Psychology, and they found that celebrating progress, no matter how small, actually boosted people's confidence and motivation to keep going.
It's like all those little wins, they add up to something much bigger,
Totally. They create momentum. Think of it like training for a marathon, right?
Yeah.
You don't just focus on the finish line. You've got to celebrate each mile you conquer along the way. That's what keeps you going.
I like that. Okay, so this next strategy the script talks about, it's a little, how do I say this? It's not what you'd expect.
Oh, lay it on me.
It's about embracing failure. Actually embracing those moments when things don't go our way. How can we do that? It seems counterintuitive.
I get it. Failure can be tough, right?
Yeah.
But I think a lot of the fear around it comes from what we think it says about us.
Right, it's a judgment on who we are as people.
Exactly. But what if, and this is what the script suggests, we try to shift that perspective? What if instead of seeing failure as, the end, we saw it as valuable data?
Data. Okay. I'm intrigued.
Think of it imagine you're learning to ride a bike. You're going to fall a few times.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Especially me. I was a klutz.
But each time you fall, you learn something new, right? Balance, steering, all that. It's the same with anything we do in life.
So it's about reframing those failures as feedback, opportunities to learn and actually get better.
Exactly. And the more we can view it that way, the less scary failure becomes. There was this study, Stanford, I think, back in 2017. They found that people who saw failure as a chance to learn, they were actually more resilient. They had more self-belief. Setbacks didn't derail them.
That makes a lot of sense. It's
Yeah.
like instead of, ugh, I messed up, it's more like, okay, what can I learn from this so I can crush it next time?
Yes, exactly. And, this actually ties into the next strategy the script highlights, which is all about the power of your circle, the
Yeah.
people you surround yourself with. Because let's be real, having a good support system, it makes a world of difference, especially when you're trying to build confidence and navigate those inevitable bumps in the road.
100%. It's like having your own personal cheer squad to hype you up, especially when that inner critic rears its ugly head.
Totally. And it makes sense, right? The people we spend time with, our environments, they have a huge influence on how we see ourselves.
Hmm.
If you're surrounded by negativity, people who put you down, it's going to be way harder to feel good about yourself and your abilities.
It's like that saying, you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with.
Exactly. And the sixth script really emphasizes the importance of surrounding yourself with people who lift you up, who believe in you, who encourage you to be your best, people who celebrate your wins and are there for you when you stumble.
So important. Having that kind of support, it's everything.
It really is. And this isn't just some feel-good idea either. There's research to back it up. A 2019 study from the University of Toronto, they found a direct correlation between strong support systems and higher self-confidence.
So if someone's really serious about building confidence, it's worth taking a look at who they're spending their time with.
For sure. Are those people lifting you up or holding you back? That's a powerful question to ask yourself. And it's okay to, set boundaries. Prioritize the relationships that fuel your growth.
Love that. Speaking of nurturing your well-being, this next strategy from the script is something I think we could all use a bit more of. Cultivating self-compassion. What exactly does that mean?
It's about treating yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you would offer a close friend who's going through something tough.
So not letting ourselves off the hook or anything, but more like being gentler, especially when we're struggling.
Exactly. It's that inner recognition that we're all human, right? We're all going to make mistakes.
Hmm.
We're all doing the best we can with what we've got in any given moment.
Hmm.
And you know what? Research has actually shown that self-compassion, it can really reduce anxiety and boost your confidence.
That makes sense. When we're constantly beating ourselves up, it's got to be hard to feel good about ourselves or believe in our ability to change and grow.
For sure. It's about quieting that inner critic, and replacing it with something more supportive, more encouraging. And there's a 2015 study, I believe it was in the Journal of Cognitive Therapy, that really highlights this. They found that practicing self-compassion helped people feel less anxious and more confident in challenging situations.
Wow. So it's like when things get tough, self-compassion is like offering ourselves a lifeline of support and understanding. It's like that inner critic, it feeds on judgment and negativity. But self-compassion, it's like, hey, we're a team here. We'll figure this out together.
Yes, exactly. And that actually leads us perfectly into the final strategy from this video script on building confidence. It's all about, setting goals.
It sounds simple, but goals are powerful.
Right. It might seem kind of basic, but honestly, the clarity and the motivation you unlock when you actually set your sights on something you want to achieve, it's huge.
Yeah, it's like having a map, right?
Exactly. Instead of just like wandering around aimlessly, you've got a direction, a destination in mind. And the script really emphasizes how when you set clear, achievable goals, it can seriously boost your confidence.
Because you have something to work towards, right?
That's it. Gives you purpose, gets you moving. And then as you start hitting those milestones along the way, bam, it reinforces that belief in yourself. Like, hey, I can do this.
Each step forward, it's like fuel for the fire.
Yes. But there's a catch. The script makes this clear too. Those goals, they've got to be realistic.
Oh, for sure. Otherwise, you just set yourself up for failure.
Exactly. If you aim too high too soon, you might just end up feeling discouraged and giving up entirely. So it's about finding that balance,
Yeah, challenging yourself enough to grow, but not setting yourself up to crash and burn.
Exactly. There was a study, I think it was at the University of London back in 2016. They looked at this whole goal setting thing, and they found that when people set smaller, more specific goals, like ones with deadlines, it actually led to a greater sense of accomplishment, which then, of course, boosted their confidence.
It's like breaking down a marathon into like manageable chunks.
Perfect analogy.
Mm.
So instead of, this big overwhelming goal of I'm going to write a book, it's okay, I'm going to write for 30 minutes every day.
There you go. Still making progress, but it feels way more doable.
Exactly. All right, so to wrap up this deep dive, let's recap those 6 powerful strategies we've covered today. All from this awesome video script, by the way. We talked about transforming that inner dialogue, those voices in our heads. Then it was celebrating the small victories, the little wins that add up. Then we got a little counterintuitive with embracing those inevitable failures as learning opportunities.
Which honestly was kind of mind-blowing.
Right. And then we talked about the power of your circle, who you surround yourself with, and how important that is for building confidence. Then we dug into cultivating self-compassion, being kinder to ourselves.
Oh, I need to work on that one for sure.
And then, last but not least, setting those clear, achievable goals.
Powerful stuff. And you know what I'm taking away from all of this is that these aren't just like one-time things, they're practices.
Absolutely. It's like building any skill, right?
Mhm.
Takes time, effort, being willing to be kind to yourself along the way. Those stumbles are part of the process.
It's a journey, not a destination.
100%. So as you continue on this journey of building your own confidence, just remember, you are capable of amazing things.
Don't be afraid to, get out there, try new things, challenge yourself, and celebrate those wins along the way, big or small.
Yes. With that, we'll wrap up this deep dive. We hope you found these strategies as insightful as we did. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, keep believing in yourselves, and keep on rocking it.
You've got this.